Let's hope I can see out of this for the whole episode. And we're back. Episode 72. 72? 82. Whatever, Jamie. Episode 82. I am joined by my co-hosts that's right. Brian died. Brian's not here anymore. I'm joined by Patty from the band If Not For Me. What's
What
up, Patty?
up? How's it going?
You know, let's just make this a little easier. It's going great, bro. How have you been?
You got like 8 seconds with the mask on.
It's hot in there, man. I don't know how those people at Disneyland do it.
Dude, I believe it.
Oh.
Things are good though. Things are good.
You guys have a new single that you just dropped recently, Dearly Departed. I've seen that floating around on YouTube.
Yeah, Dearly Deceased. I think
Dearly
it's been out.
Deceased, excuse me.
Yeah, close enough. I think it came out last Friday, I believe.
Speaking of Dearly Deceased, my co-host Brian, he recently passed away. It was kind of sad, but he's actually back from the dead for the Halloween episode, so it's only
How
perfect.
does he do it? How does
How
he
do I do it? I'm looking fucking mighty dapper, if I do say so myself. Thank you guys.
Are you looking dapper?
Hey, listen, it's wedding season, and I've been to 3 weddings in the course of the last month.
That's crazy because I haven't been to any.
One of them including mine, and so I feel like
Good thing you showed up for that one.
Hey man, listen, this is my first episode in like 3 weeks. I'm coming back in from a blast from the past. Matt, the last time I saw Matt wear this outfit was on the stage with Evidence back in 2007.
Hey,
Pivotal moment.
That was a long time ago.
We're ready to go. Do not mind me. I'm gonna go grab a drink. I love you guys, and we're in this.
Go ahead. So I actually did have this hoodie back in 07, and it unceremoniously got stolen. So we got a new one. We got the white, we got the silver, and if you got enough guap, I have the red one for sale on eBay. So get it your boy.
Ooh.
You know, we resell sneakers, we sling hoodies, all that good stuff. You know, just illegal shit. No dope. You ever slang dope before?
I can't say I have.
Oh, okay. We started asking all our guests that.
Procedure.
So there's a bunch of new music this week. I know Every Time I Die dropped a new record. Attack dropped a new record.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of rappers going to jail, a bunch of rappers getting out of jail. What's been the biggest event in your week? Don't say this. Don't say it was this.
God, that's gonna be really sad, but I think it might be this.
No!
I didn't do anything this week. I only worked like 2 days this week, and actually no, we did some stuff this week. We were in the studio with Ricky Armelino on Monday, actually, just writing some new material. But that's probably the most eventful thing that's happened to me this week.
Sounds familiar.
Is this
for the Apocalypse?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is
he plays
band.
in Ice Nine Kills now, and Hawk, I think, is his other band.
Oh, I've heard of Ice Nine Kills. Everyone loves that band on Twitter right now.
Yeah, they just dropped an album this week, so they're like huge right now.
They would have to drop a record for Halloween. It's like their year. They're like the spirit of Halloween of scene bands.
Exactly. That was very planned.
Yeah, no, it's definitely deliberate. Brian hasn't come back, so he's dead again. R.I.P. Setting up a GoFundMe. Oof. Get all that shit going. Okay, so let's get into some news from this week. So Mac Miller, R.I.P. Mac Miller, unfortunately died of a fentanyl overdose. His piece of shit drug dealer was actually sentenced this week and is facing a maximum of 20 years. So yeah, he's actually got charged. He didn't get sentenced. So all the Mac Miller fans are probably stoked on that. I wish Jordan was here to comment on that one because he'd be like, "Oh, Mac Miller," and we could just give him the floor. But
I will say there were a lot of Mac. So I'm on Reddit, and there were a lot of Mac Miller fans on Reddit that were excited about this, especially because we see a lot of artists unfortunately succumb to this untimely demise. Right, the fentanyl is a pretty serious thing. Most recently, it hit in the comic world. It hit like four comics from the LA area. Right, a couple of them actually OD'd and died. you know, and that's what's crazy about it, is it's hitting all spectrums of it. And so for people to come forward and say, hey, this is an issue, is a big deal. And for somebody to actually be held accountable for it is even probably a bigger deal, you know, especially it being Mac Miller. This is what, 2-3 years almost?
Yeah, I think 3 years.
2.5, almost 3 years. Yeah, coming up on him being gone, and it being legitimately, you know, that happened live. I was on the Reddit feed as it happened. Like, people were outside of the venue going, yo, paramedics are on his bus. You know, it doesn't look good. This is some serious shit. And, you know, very shortly after, it was like, yo, he got a bad dose and he OD'd. And, you know,
the Little Peep's death was the exact same way. Fentanyl, it unfolded on Reddit, and it was on the tour bus.
For someone to actually be held accountable and be hit with, you know, some serious time for what it is, you know. And this isn't to say that it's some like thing that happens. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen, period. You shouldn't be getting some bad drugs.
Your cocaine should not be laced with fentanyl. That's fucked up. It should just be cocaine.
The rock and roll industry, being an artist, you know, let's be real. Being an artist and being a rock and roll artist and a hip hop artist and in the entertainment industry comes with a certain lifestyle. And you know, you shouldn't shame people for wanting to take part in party, but you also shouldn't have that come at a price. And unfortunately, it does nowadays. And it's hit too many people. And I'm glad somebody's being held accountable, 100%.
It always takes a rich, famous person dying for us to like see some shit actually get done or some change. Because
what's good about this is it's not even necessarily a rich and famous person. It's a hip hop artist. It's a hip hop artist who had a
But I hate to bring the race card into this, Brian, but he is white. I think that matters.
Hey, listen, white.
It matters to the police.
The fact that an artist is having somebody held accountable. Look at Michael Jackson. Didn't have the dude that was responsible for his death held accountable. Come on,
but his doctor? No, his doctor was charged with some shit.
No, but he wasn't. I mean, no time. There wasn't.
He didn't get like
no serious time. There was no serious time out of it. You know, this guy's getting almost life in prison. This is a big deal. This is a big deal for the industry entirely. You know, this isn't some accidental overdose and people are going to investigate it and make sure it doesn't happen again. This is, people are getting dirty drugs, and drugs, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, are a part of the industry. But regardless,
but only the fun ones.
We shouldn't be burying artists, plain and simple. Like, you know?
Yeah, this episode is definitely not sponsored by fentanyl. We did not pick up the phone when they called to sponsor.
We've had fentanyl sponsored episodes, and
not anymore. No, they tried to slip that shit in. It was supposed to be a cocaine sponsorship.
Not today, son. Not today.
They laced the sponsorship.
Okay, so I kind of thought this shit was funny how the world turns. Okay, so you have NBA YoungBoy rapper getting out of jail, and Fetty Wap going to jail. And Fetty Wap's supposed to be the guy everyone thought was like, oh, he's great, he's got a family. Selling drugs, high key, low key, every which way, federal charges, not looking good for Fetty Wap. It's just crazy that like rappers go to jail in and out like this shit. Like NBA YoungBoy got caught in a raid that they called Never Free Again.
Listen, again, it's one thing to be busted for like some pot or some fucking coke or for some fucking party drug. NBA YoungBoy is busted for 220 pounds of heroin. Listen to me. You're not dealing with some party drug. You're not dealing with some.
I mean, dude, who doesn't have that laying around any given Thursday?
Some pot or some mushrooms or some LSD. No, you're dealing with a heroin, which is a serious fucking drug. Okay, listen to me. Which also has fentanyl in it. You can't just fucking be wanting to smuggle heroin everywhere, guys. Listen.
If your party doesn't have 220 pounds of heroin, I'm not showing up.
That's oh my god. That's a hard line for a fucking party, bro.
Can you imagine the party that would require that? It would just be a bunch of people passed out.
Listen,
I want to know what that looks like in that quantity, like how large it is. Just
listen,
like,
have you ever seen dumpster water? Imagine that like solidified.
Dumpster water.
Weed isn't that big of a deal nowadays, but you guys, if you have Netflix, you have to watch this series called Bad Sport. There's an
Are we
episode.
getting paid by Netflix?
There's an episode.
We're not.
Another
There's
sponsorship.
an episode of this bad sports series that has to do with this amateur race car driver, and he fucking ended up actually racing an F1. His name's Danny.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Randy Lanier, and he fucking ends up so he becomes this like self-made race car driver. His name's Randy Lanier. He becomes a self-made race car driver, and all the while he's smuggling massive amounts of marijuana from fucking Puerto Rico and other parts of the world into Florida. And he ends up smuggling 156 tons or some crazy 156, some outrageous amount of marijuana, bro. He ends up smuggling it, and he's a race car driver, and he gets life in prison. He gets life in prison, and he ends up being expunged because of it being a marijuana offense. And it's like, yo, it was nonviolent. We're gonna let him go. So Obama let him off the fucking hook, and he got out of prison. But he was literally smuggling tons and tons and tons of marijuana, bro.
So this was like recently?
Yes.
88 is when he got sentenced
in the 90s. Yeah, he was funding his race career. It was fucking crazy. It's a banana story. You guys have to check this out. It's such a crazy story.
I saw previews for it on Netflix, but I didn't know it was like a real story.
So good. It's so good.
There's so many stats about his racing career. I kind of just want to know about his trapping career.
He was an amateur. Okay, so check this out. He was an amateur driver, and he ended up winning a bunch of races his first year. And dude, listen, he got approached by Porsche. Porsche approached him and were like, listen, we want you to work for us because your race cars are winning you races, and it's a big deal. And the producer, as they're interviewing him, they go, so you could have taken this job and probably never worried about money again.
Yeah.
Huh? And he goes, I absolutely could have, but racing was too much of a high for me. So he passed on the job with Porsche, and he kept racing. And he fucking kept selling drugs to fund his racing career. He went pro and was rookie of the year. Was rookie of the fucking year.
That's
for
pretty wild.
500, bro. It was crazy. It's the craziest fucking story I've ever heard. For it being a sport documentary, it's an hour and a half. It's fucking mind blowing. It's so good. So good. So good. Sorry.
Anybody seen Squid Game?
Tonight, guys. I came in real hot tonight. It's wedding season. I'm looking good. I came in hot tonight. I'm sorry.
Looking real good.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm glad that you're on the show, dude. I'm pumped to have you on here because I'm excited to actually talk about some fucking music.
Yeah. I need to get on your level. Let's get another dosey going.
It's too well. Let's go.
Jesus. All right, so I need to bring Brian down out of his chipper mood. Let's talk about something depressing.
Do it.
Brian, this will depress you especially. Drop dead gorgeous guitarist Kyle Browning passed away. R.I.P.
What?
DDG Kyle Browning.
Wow.
I don't know
how old was he?
I don't even know. It's not on any websites. It's like, if you follow him on Facebook, you see everyone tagging him. I have no idea how it happened.
I'm not on Facebook anymore. Fuck,
he's an original member, like lead guitar, so he
definitely so he's gotta be been, what, like 32, 35, something like that.
Somewhere in our age.
She was popping.
Yeah, that was pretty depressing for me. I think he's an original member, so he's definitely like someone I would have chased to be like him and Danny to be on the show, talk about it.
That's crazy. Who?
Kyle Browning.
Wow, he did the synth. He was the synth player.
No, Kyle Browning was the guitarist. The synth was Aaron Rothy.
I'm looking. Lead guitar, synthesizers. Oh, well, yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, not Aaron, not the original synth.
Oh, yeah, probably after he left. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that sucks. Also, All Time Low got canceled. Apparently, they're douchebags and don't know how to treat their female fans.
I don't know how they didn't get canceled like years ago.
Thank you.
Valid point.
They've been holding chicks like little girls' bras on stage for like 10 years now. It's like
that's the main focal point I'm hearing. Like
apologetically too.
I don't listen or attend All Time Low concerts. They don't do festivals I go to. I didn't know this was even happening. No one's even brought that to my attention that like they were throwing bras on stage. Because you tell me they're being donated, I'm like,
We're back.
Why are used bras being donated?
Yeah, like
all of that seemed weird as shit to
me.
And
that's been a thing since like that band started touring, because like they blew up when I guess So Wrong It's Right came out, and then ever since then it's like they've been a little girl's wet dream. And
so under the guise of charity and being nice people, they get little girls' bras thrown on stage and wrap them around the microphone stand.
Yeah, I always thought that was so weird.
That's
Asking Alexandria used to do the same thing, and that's the first time I was like exposed to that, and I remember thinking it was weird then.
That's creepy because I know the girls that are going to those shows, but at least that's a band that's not trying to be nice.
Falling in Reverse.
That's true.
You know, okay, so Falling in Reverse is an interesting band. I wanted to bring them up. Do you guys remember Halloween shows? I know, Brian, you have to remember a show we didn't attend, but it happened at Soma, and Drop Dead Gorgeous headlined a Halloween show out there before.
There were several shows like that, but yeah,
cool venues that like are a regular stop for these bands. They usually do like, or at least they used to. Pandemic and budget and everything's fucked everything up. But you'd get a New Year's Eve blow-off show, Halloween shows, New Year's Day shows,
Christmas shows.
I wouldn't see Christmas shows. I assume everyone's with their family.
No, there were a ton. I mean, Every Time I Die, Soma did a Christmas show.
August Burns Red does a Christmas show every year.
They do the annual ones. That's right.
Yeah, we played a few of those ABR Christmas shows. They sell out like quick as shit every year.
That's right. You're a Pennsylvania band.
Yeah.
Do you guys fuck with Sheetz or Wawa?
It depends on what we're in the mood for. See, because this Sheetz or Wawa debate comes up all the time. I always say, if you want variety or like fried foods or something like that, go to Sheetz. But if you want a banging sandwich, go to Wawa, because their sandwiches aren't going to let you down.
If you want fried cheese curds at like 3 a.m. with Dr. Pepper sauce, go to Sheetz.
If you want diarrhea, go to Sheetz.
I did want it, and I got it.
Sometimes you just gotta have diarrhea.
Oh yeah, no, it was an awful trip. Brian, have you ever gone to Sheetz or Wawa?
Neither.
Where are you guys from?
We're from California, but we now reside in Texas.
Okay, so that brings me to a question then. What's better, In-N-Out or Whataburger?
In-N-Out.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. So Whataburger is convenient because it's 24 hours in a lot of spots.
Oh, that's nice.
And it is like it's Texas bread, Texas toast.
It's got a massive menu compared to In-N-Out.
Yeah, it's got a lot of
In-N-Out's is like 3
In-N-Out. So there's a rival burger spot in Austin called Pete Terry's, which is actually almost identical to In-N-Out. And they rival them. They rival In-N-Out because it's a limited menu. You get the Thousand Island dressing. It's very simple. There's like 4 options.
It's like In-N-Out with 3 more things.
Yeah, they have a chicken sandwich, a veggie patty, and you can get like bacon and jalapenos and onions and shit on it.
That's cool. See, I loved In-N-Out when I was in LA, but I've never been to Texas.
In-N-Out's good. If you're in Austin, you can get Pete Terry's, which is similar, but Whataburger's got their staples. I'm not a hater.
I'm a hater.
Listen, it's not my favorite. It's not the best, but if you're drunk, it's 3 a.m. There's no other options, and you need some good food. I mean, their honey butter chicken biscuits are fucking fire. You get
that sounds really good.
You get deep fried chicken in between a biscuit with some honey butter on it, and
it's you can't go wrong.
It's good.
Not all of it is terrible.
Only available from 11 a.m. to 11 in the morning. Or I'm sorry,
11 p.m. to 11 a.m.
11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, their burgers are huge, but that's also like a bad thing sometimes because they're fucking huge. It's Texas, so they feel the need to put mustard underneath every fucking burger patty, which is disgusting.
Yeah,
they do a chicken strip sandwich, which they probably shouldn't do at all. They try to do like chicken sandwiches. They're whatever. Their breakfast is kind of ass. And no matter what you order in the drive-thru, you could order a fucking ice water. It's going to take a minimum of 30 minutes. Minimum.
Yeah.
No less.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if there's no cars in the drive-thru, you'll pull up to the fucking menu, you'll place your order, you'll go to the window, it'll still take 30 minutes.
That's how like Steak and Shake is too. I don't know if you guys are.
Oh man, talking about today's episode is sponsored by Diarrhea. Diarrhea is available at Steak and Shake, Chipotle. Are they a sponsor? Okay, not Chipotle.
I had Chipotle today. I'm good so far. No. I take that back. I was gonna do Chipotle. I ended up doing Cabo Bob's.
Wow, must have not been that memorable.
No, I did Cabo Bob's.
If you are in the comments section, name the best place to give you diarrhea. We're definitely gonna go that route.
Yeah.
Get wrecked, eat box. Steak and Shake for sure. If I'm in the Carolinas, I'm usually hitting like Cookout, but Steak and Shake's decent.
Cookout. Oh.
Cookout's amazing. They're
so much food there for like no money.
Yeah, $5 gets you everything on the menu.
Yeah, it's like 41 different milkshakes or some shit. It's like wow.
They'll take like chocolate, peanut butter, banana, bacon, and fuck it into a milkshake for you.
Yeah, it's like the best.
Yeah, that's every time I meet like, especially like a touring band that tours for the first time or you travel for the first time. It's like, okay, what regional food places did you find? Do you know about this?
Yeah. That's like honestly one of my favorite things about touring is to like get to eat shit that I can't eat at home.
Yeah, the new food experiences for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, also because you don't know if you're coming back, right? You don't know if you're gonna hit this spot again. You know, I recently was at this coffee spot. I was doing a little road trip back home, and we hit this coffee spot, and they had a cold brew Coke. They were like, it's cold brew. Yeah.
And why are they mixing coffee and Coke now? This shit's disgusting.
Dude, listen, I wasn't about it, but I asked him, I'm like, listen, what's this cold brew cola about? And he's like, honestly, if you like Coke, if you like classic Coke, it's like that, but with like a little bit of a coffee hit to it. I'll let you try it. If you don't like it, you can get something else. And I was like, dope, give it to me. He gave it to me, and I was like, dude, it's not that bad. And I had it. And my point was like, I want it because I don't know when the next time I'm going to be in fucking Albert, or where was I was in Lubbock. I was like, I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be in Lubbock, Texas. I don't know when the next time I'm gonna fucking be here is.
I don't know. You're married, so you won't be like.
It's a fucking college town. It was fucking dope. Like I fucking tried it. It was great.
So Coke actually makes a Coke with coffee. It's canned and it's fucking terrible. Yeah,
it's terrible shit.
Caramel flavor.
I think they sell it in sheets.
Yeah, all over now. It's a hype thing. The coffee mixture shit is what's up.
Yeah, this episode is definitely brought to you by Sheets and not Coke.
Hey, this is brought to you by diarrhea because you know what gives you diarrhea? Coffee. Coffee does. And if you drink coffee cola, you're probably gonna get some diarrhea.
Oh, dude, but coffee diarrhea in the morning is the best. Man, I'm gonna have to remember. I'm gonna have to remember how to spell diarrhea when I make the search tags for this video.
Hashtag squirt it all out.
Jesus. Okay. Speaking of things that suck and shitty, did you know Under Oath made a song with Ghostmane?
Yeah, they did. A single just got released. Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't even want to listen to this, dude.
It's not bad.
You guys listened to it? I haven't listened to it yet.
I'm gonna just be an elitist and not do it.
I saw it shared on Facebook, and then I saw that it had like more laugh reacts than likes, and I was like, oh no. That's never good.
I love when that happens. That's like so all my videos from 2008 when I interviewed bands, and like I got shaggy hair and I just grew this out like really long like a dickhead. Like someone who listens to Limp Bizkit way too long. Every single YouTube video said I was a douchebag. They were only half wrong. Do you have anything else on the docket, Brian, or you look like you are fucked up, my friend?
Listen, man. It's the season of love.
Listen.
It's the season of love. I'm here for Patty and for
the season of love. Are these your go-to things? Like if you got pulled over tonight, they would have been like, "Sir, have you been drinking? Look, officer, season of love."
The season of love.
I just got married last week. My buddy got married tonight. I have some rosé in this cup right here.
Rosé, some rosé. No, desperate for real. Desperate nights for sure.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna go to the interview portion since you've brought literally nothing to the table tonight.
Oh, I brought laughs, sir.
You're gonna be buffer noise. All right. So, if not for me, I've already screwed this up. If not for me, the new single "Dearly Deceased."
Wait, how'd you screw it up? What'd you do?
Do you know what their new song's called?
Their like most recent one.
The one I sent you.
Well, then
what's it called? So it's definitely not called Dearly Departed. It's called Dearly Deceased.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's a play on the phrase Dearly Departed. You see what they did there?
That's exactly.
Yeah.
Because like there's a million songs called that, and I was like, well, let's change it.
Whatever it is, Spotify has it listed as an EP, which isn't accurate because it's that and the other single that they released right
before. I think it's like combining all the singles we're doing, and then eventually it'll be a full length.
Yes.
That's Spotify for you.
Yeah.
Dude, so I found out recently that Spotify metrics are what matter the most to get these festival nods. So the whole time that I'm streaming bands on Apple Music, it's not getting anybody invited anywhere. Sorry. I mean, it pays a little more per stream than the Spotify ones, but
gets a little more money.
Yeah, I'm trying to line your pockets, but definitely not getting you into the festivals.
Yeah, that's what they look for. They look for like playlisting and all that kind of stuff on Spotify. It's like, what playlists have you landed and all that kind of stuff.
It's a bunch of Silicon Valley nerds doing analytics and gatekeeping our scene, and damn it, I'm not going to stand for it. Anyways, how long have you guys been in a band?
I've been in the band like 3-ish years now. And that's kind of when like it started to get real serious. But our guitar player Hayden, he's been doing this band probably for like 6 years at this point. But it's kind of like his labor of love project that it was his first band and all, and it's just been, growing and growing. And then the core group of guys we have now is like we all joined about 3 years ago, and that's when it, started.
That's when shit got real.
Yeah.
Were you around at all for the Standby years?
I was around for the Standby years.
Good. Hey, bring me those questions. All right, cool. So Standby Records actually blocked me on Facebook back in like 2011, so I have a couple interesting questions. Did you like them?
No.
Okay. All right. So that's similar to the comment that got me banned.
Real quick. Standby Records.
Oh shit! Here we go. I'll give you the big screen.
Okay. Do you remember?
He's got the big screen.
Does anybody here have like older brothers or like friends that were in a couple grades higher than them?
Nope.
What about you? What about you, Patty?
What are friends?
Okay. Anyways. Okay. So, most of the time we have like people that are close to us that we call friends. And a lot of times we have some of those that are a couple grades higher than us. And every now and then they'll introduce us to like this really slutty chick that will HJ us, right? Behind the fucking back.
Oh, son of a bitch. I should have known better.
Hanging around the wrong friends.
I should have known better that this drunk wedding crashing sumbitch was going to get me canceled.
Oh, man.
You know what? I'm going to...
Bring me back. Listen. It's going somewhere. Listen, please.
I swear it's not going anywhere.
It's not dirty. It's not dirty. But every now and then, we have our older brothers or our friends who are a couple grades higher than us introduce us to those scandalous females, okay? And
of course.
What they're made to do is they're made to teach us, about the future and about what is to come, all right? Standby Records is the slutty friend of the older brother that we have. They kind of introduces us into the industry, maybe introduces us into the how things are really supposed to happen, all the hurt and deceit and the rape. It really just compiles it all so you can get it right out of the gate before you actually experience it.
Look, this is a horrible reference you can't make in 2021. But
is it?
But this is a big but.
Okay.
If that's the case,
yes.
And Standby is the gross slut at a party that everyone is passing up.
Absolutely are. That HJ's all her friends' brothers.
She definitely hangs out with Media Scare.
Ooh, that's another one.
Not only does she hang out with Media Scare, but she also has like the complete half page in AP.
That's like, honestly, that's a really good analogy. I'm not even upset about that.
Because like you're looking, you're looking for long term. You want a wife. You want someone to marry. You can't marry those.
No.
No, you just want a quick one album deal. That's what it is. Because you don't want to.
Listen, it's a misconception. You think long term is like lifelong blowjobs and butt stuff, but it's not.
It's really not. Just Tony Brummel from Victory taking all your money.
You with the blowjobs and the butt stuff, and then once you're in, you don't get any of it, and it's a fucking sick, cruel joke. Okay,
so you have to get the butt stuff out of the way first.
Exactly, it's like a 360 deal. You give us the raw emotional shit your first 2 albums. Anything after that, you're lucky to call a catalog. Okay, that's how the record industry is.
God.
That's how the record industry is, and it always will be. Fight me, Fearless. Fight me. Fight me. Fearless.
Cody is not going to bring any more of his bands on my show after this shit, dude.
Sponsored by Fearless Records.
What?
Yeah, okay, we're still going after Fearless bands. Definitely not the Word Alive, but some of their good bands. Yeah, I said it.
All due respect.
No, you can't say any of that you just said with any respect. No, you called those record labels sluts that nobody wanted. I'm pretty sure that's.
I preface it as long as I say with all due respect somewhere within the vicinity. It's like saying no homo. If you say no homo, no homo.
Actually, Brian, we haven't been able to say no homo since like 2009. I'm pretty sure that's going to get us blocked on YouTube. Canceled? Yeah, no, we haven't been able to say that in a long time.
With all due respect.
I'm pretty sure not only did you offend those 2 record labels, but also, like, the sluts at a party that nobody wants are probably also offended by that comment.
With all due respect.
Oh, God, he gets a tie and he thinks he's Italian. It's awful. Okay. Your time on
cannoli. I licked it like a cannoli.
I fucking hate him. Your time on Standby was enjoyable. On a scale of 1 to shit, how would you rate it?
Spit in your face and almost.
What would you call like maybe 1 or 2 above shit?
I don't know, like when shit decomposes and turns white.
Like, I guess turd status, maybe. I don't know, something like that.
Isn't that what was that in Ace Ventura? When nature calls, guano. Isn't that when it turns white? Guano. Isn't that
Ohana means family.
Isn't that shit they put in energy drinks?
That's taurine.
No, that's like guarana.
It's like guarana or something. I don't know. Gonorrhea.
Guam?
Yeah.
Guam? No, Guam's an island.
Guam.
All right, I want to hear this story because I was told that Standby Records is basically like they sign you, and then they stand by and wait while you do all the work.
Yeah, honestly, it's funny because we're contractually obligated to not speak about Standby, which is like the shitty thing.
You're lying.
No, I'm not even lying. Not even lying. And I think that's how.
Let's not get you arrested.
That's how they keep clientele, I think, because like if everybody who works on that label would speak out about it, like I think you'd hear, you'd have less bands going to that label because they're always signing like young new bands that don't know any better, and it's like nobody can really do anything about it because once you get out of their contract, you have to sign something saying that hey, you cannot talk about blah blah blah, which sometimes we do anyway, but it's off the record.
I mean, there are these like weird non-disclosures right after the fact, but to actually be a label of that level and to say, hey, listen,
you wouldn't think that it's Standby.
No. You wouldn't think of it being a label of that level. Like, hey, listen, we're going to be the label that's going to project you into a Fearless or a Victory or a Rise or a Unified or whatever it may be. And we're supposed to set you up for that success. Yeah. And yet you're not allowed to talk about our dealings. Oh,
exactly. It's like that's supposed to be, I mean, in my opinion, that's like a stepping stone label, I guess you would call it.
No transparency.
At best.
To begin with.
Yeah.
At best.
Like that's a label that you want to put out maybe 1, maybe 2 records. You're pushing it at that point just to try and get noticed by somebody else that would hopefully pick you up.
They're a stepping stone label, which is okay. An Indianola, them. You even take, what was the gentleman from before the Rise? What was his label?
Oh, they're still going. In Vogue.
In Vogue, yeah.
I think they just rebranded.
Yeah, let's go.
He actually, I think, before their eyes had something to do with Standby, because like BTE and Emarosa were quickly signed off Standby to Rise Records, and they're like the only two bands I know that did anything.
Yeah.
Well, Cell in the Sky was also on Standby.
Oh shit!
What's that? What's Andy Biersack's band? Black Veil Brides. They were on Standby.
They were on Standby as well. Yeah. A bunch of bands came from there. Yeah.
As Blood Runs Black was another one.
They banned me on Facebook.
Did they really?
As Blood Runs Black, yeah. When they put out their last
to love
record,
that band.
Yeah, everybody did. Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. I don't think they're a thing anymore.
Oh man, I wonder why. Probably because they sold like 3 copies of their record. They got mad I posted links to download their record on their Facebook, but I mean, it wasn't a good record anyways. And they were being dicks. Man, so that clears up a lot of shit about Standby, I guess. Not really.
Well, see,
that's
it
crazy.
Sucks because that's something that I love to talk to people about, because some of the shit we went through on that label is just really funny. But it's a lot of it I can't really do like on the record. But oh my god, would I love to talk to you about it off the record sometime.
That's fucking crazy. I can't believe that. Like, I don't even consider them big or a big deal. Like, okay, full disclosure, I sent your link to one of my friends, and he hit me back, and he said, "Standby is still a thing?" And I'm like, I don't know. These guys are on Theoria, and then I didn't even think about it that you were on there previously. And I was oh man, that's a good question. Are they still around?
They're still around. I still see ads coming up for them and stuff, and I still see like young bands signing to them, and it's kind of sad. I wasn't actually in the band when they signed the contract, so I was technically never under contract with Standby. It was like, so when you probably lucked
out in that sense.
Yeah, I really did.
Unless you really want the royalties that Standby is selling on their records.
We never saw that stuff anyway, so. But when I joined the band, the lead singer was stepping down because did it just lag out? Oh, we're back. Okay. So like they were getting signed, and the lead singer didn't really want to pursue it like as seriously as the other guys did, and that's why he stepped down. And he was originally on that contract.
And I bet you it probably killed his passion, because they probably suck.
Yeah, and so I joined right when all that stuff with Standby was happening, and if I would have been in the band before that, I would have looked over the contract and been like, guys, I don't think we should do this. But unfortunately, we didn't have that hindsight at the time.
No, but I'm sure you learned a shit ton from all of that.
Yeah, we did. It was actually Cody from Theoria, the label we're on now, is who kind of guided us to weasel our way out of that contract.
Very good.
So he was working for us before we even signed with his label.
Not bad. That's what I was going to ask. How did you link up with Theoria? For those that don't know, it's Cody Frayne from the Ascent Like Wolves. He's got this record label. They have some pretty cool bands going right now. That's how I linked up with you guys. Mm-hmm. How did you end up on Theoria?
We've known the Ascent Like Wolves guys for a while, because they're from like the Lancaster area. And then we're from Harrisburg, so like we're pretty close. So we did a lot of shows together, and we've known Cody for years. And Cody was working for We Are Triumphant for a while. You guys know that label?
I am. They haven't blocked me on Instagram.
That doesn't surprise me.
We're still in their good graces. Thank the Lord.
They are, because we had a common enemy.
He worked for them for a while, but he just kind of wanted more control, wanted to do things his way. That's why he branched off to start Theoria. And he was actually talking to us about signing to We Are Triumphant, but I think with Theoria, he was able to get us like a much better artist-friendly contract, which we were stoked about. But yeah, we've known him for a long time. We've known what he's about and what he wants to do and all that kind of stuff. He's a good guy.
What is the Harrisburg, Lancaster, PA scene like? Is everyone just ripping off August Burns Red?
That's how it used to be.
I can imagine.
Really, that's how this band started. It was just, you know, like ABR core and all that kind of stuff.
ABR core, that's great.
Dude, there's like there were so many of those bands, especially like between 2010 and 2016 in this area. But now what's really popping off now is like hardcore. Like that's everybody's go-to right now. Like the hardcore shows do so well, and it's funny because like you go and look at the artists like streaming services and stuff like that, and it's like nobody's streaming their music, but they're all like the shows are just like packed all the time. We're just like, okay, whatever. So
hardcore kids will show up for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
To a fucking warehouse, yeah.
Yeah. A warehouse, a backyard, like it doesn't matter.
So if I'm not at a hardcore show, what else is there to do in Harrisburg?
You could get mugged downtown on
my favorite.
Yeah.
My favorite. He said
that's cool.
Yeah.
You could get I've known friends that have been beaten up by cops on 2nd Street.
Oh yeah, we're definitely sponsored by ACAB. Shouts to them. Fuck 12. Fuck 12.
Do you guys have a big show scene? Are you guys able to do shows out there? You know, like metalcore.
Okay. We're actually very fortunate because I mean a lot of the what's that?
Is Brian all right?
Who sent you that?
Sleep talk. Is Brian all right? Usually is more lively and just looks a little down. Well, he did just get married.
It's the season of love. What can you say?
We Are Triumphant is fucking toxic. LMAO. No. I have like 5 stories on how they're pretty bad. How they're pretty bad? Well, at least they're not fucking bad. That would bum me out.
I can't see them being worse than Standby though. I
can't see it. Small victories, because pun intended, Victory Records is pretty much dead. They just got their distribution now. They
I forgot about that label.
Yeah, they're done.
If there's going to be some examples to look towards, though, Victory Records is both good and bad examples, right?
Yeah.
They built a label from, let's be honest, the ground up, and they really became a prominent label in the scene. Granted, you know, they have their issues with Atreyu, A Day to Remember, fucking who else?
So do we.
Hawthorne Heights, like there are their issues with Victory Records and their artists.
Okay, Hawthorne Heights had a legitimate beef because they were telling Street Team members to remove Neo's CD and put Hawthorne Heights in front of it, and then it was a whole like race thing. It was ugly.
I mean, I think they all had a right to have an issue with Victory, you know. But
they were all getting like just ripped off on merch and royalties.
That is true.
Yeah. That is true. There's only one band that's ever done well and not complained about Victory, and they said it on this show. Emure.
It was okay.
I mean, they're not the only ones that didn't do bad.
Other bands find me someone who will praise that label, because
I was trying to think of other bands that blew up on that label, and I wanted to say Emure, but I couldn't remember if they were on that label or not.
Yeah, their whole lives until now. Emure, totally.
I mean, there
Bayside.
There were other bands that did good on that label.
Bayside's most important records were on
Bayside.
Victory.
Oh yeah, I mean they had a decent run on Victory. They never had an issue with Victory that I'm aware of.
No, I mean I'm sure they got ripped off and didn't talk about it.
They had more bigger bands than I thought they did.
I'm trying to think of the other ones. 4 Letter Lie, which turned in the drummer is Derek, who became Mod Son.
Yeah, that's accurate.
I have a picture of him somewhere high as shit.
They had a lot of terrible bands too. Oh my god.
Sumerian Records, where artists go to die. I don't. Is that accurate now? Because that was a destination at one point, and the same bands that wanted to go there, like 4 years later, were like, "This place sucks. They're whack."
Right.
I mean, but that could just be the artist and the ego. I don't know. I've heard good things and bad things about Sumerian. The only label no one ever really shit on was Rise. Like, I don't know why.
The only thing people said about Rise was that they like made every band into a Rise core band.
I would blame Joey Sturgis more.
Yeah, me too.
For Sumerian, the active artists that I can at least pinpoint off their roster right now, After the Burial, Animals as Leaders, Betraying the Martyrs, Between the Buried and Me just released an album. You have the fucking Faceless. Icy Stars has a brand new album coming out. Sean has an album coming out. Born of Osiris. Veil of Maya has an album coming out. Slaughter to Prevail. Smashing Pumpkins are a fucking god legend.
Era
band.
left. They're on something
Sumerian.
else now.
Oh, you're right.
They're on Unified.
Okay. Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, they left.
Very sure?
Positive. Yeah, they totally left. They left like a couple albums ago.
Are you sure?
Do you want to put money on it? I'd put money on it.
A couple albums ago?
I don't know. They're new. They're definitely on a different label now. They're on Unified. Jamie, look it up.
Sire, which is released in September, was released on Sumerian.
Really?
Yeah. It's the most recent album.
No, I'm looking it up. Hold on. I hate
I'm
you.
fact checking you.
Fucking do this shit. This is why we had a fucking intern.
November 27th, 2020, released through Sumerian.
All right.
Recent album.
You can still eat my butt.
I mean,
here we go.
Okay.
On August 27th, 2020, the band announced they had parted ways with Sumerian and signed with Unified. So they didn't release an album yet.
Huh. They did. November. I'm looking at it. November 7th.
Okay, well, I don't know what the fuck to tell you about that.
That was probably their last release under it, but they released
the band released the third single. I'm not going to read the fucking internet on my podcast. You know what? I could boot you right now.
They might have just...
bro. Roomy.
They might have just owed Sumerian that record still.
They might have.
Well,
the most recent release.
Oh, wait. No, their self-titled record, 2021. That's on Unified.
Boom. Eat my butt.
Okay, this year's album. Good job, guys.
And
I hate you, Brian.
The
Why don't you
mix
go have
on
another
that
drink?
record is like one of the cleanest mixes I've ever heard.
I gotta pee.
Wow, he really just got up and left. Wow.
It's like we were in the studio with Carson and Grant from Atrium Audio, the guys that mixed that Era record, like right before that Era was coming in to do that record, and like they were like so stoked on it, and they did that one, and then I think they did like Moths to Flames new record like back to back, and like dude,
they're on Unified.
The mixes on those records are like unreal.
Yeah, I'm a totally big like Moths to Flames fan. That's why their fitted cap is actually available in the prize pack for our fantasy football league. So if you are able to win that, you're
awesome.
You're definitely going home with an Iwabo hat, like Moths to Flames, and a bunch of old band T-shirts from 2009. Retro prize pack, because that's
pretty
our budget.
Cool.
It's great. It's a great prize pack.
Yeah, we had a really small budget, so we just told the intern to gather what he could, and he just went in his closet. That's what we got.
I love that, dude.
It is what it is. So what are your plans for a full length? How long we gotta wait? Is it going to be an EP? Is it going to be a full length? Is it going to be now? Is it going to be next year? Give it to us. Want it now?
Full length, and I believe the date is February 25th.
Oh shit! All right, I didn't think we got a date. Oh wow!
And then I think we have, what is it now? It's October now, right? Yeah. We have 3 more singles before the record set to drop. And then then we'll have 11 new songs out in February.
Holy cow!
Yeah, we are ready to put this material out.
Okay, so you said how many more singles before the album actually drops?
3. Well, I think it's technically 2. We have 2 and then 1 music video with the record.
Okay, and you have 2 already, right? So let me ask you this. What was the approach to that? Because I know a lot of people, especially if you're one of these, you guys are approaching your like a debut full length, right? You guys are approaching something that's a little bit more impactful, and I know a lot of people can get irritated, especially in the ether, if you release too many singles for an album. So how many tracks are you gonna have on the album, and what was your guys' approach to releasing the singles prior to the album?
For sure. There are 11 tracks on the whole album.
Okay.
I was hoping for 13.
Sorry, man. We couldn't do 13.
We only do so much,
Shit, it was almost less than 11, but we were able to weasel out a couple more tracks. But I guess the approach was, because kind of like you said, where fans will either get annoyed with the amount of singles you're pushing, or on the opposite end of the spectrum, you'll put the whole thing out too quickly and people will lose interest quicker. So I guess the approach was to like, how do we span it out so we can make our record released last a whole year versus, 3 to 6 months. Because like if you do only 1 or 2 singles before the record, it's like you have one single this month, and then maybe a month and a half later you have your other one, and then maybe a month later you drop the whole record. You could only tour all that material for so long before fans start to get bored of it.
Exactly.
So if you space the singles out a little more, you can kind of ride that momentum a little further.
Okay. Makes sense. And I think that's actually the approach. You a lot of artists, especially if they're not going to release a full length, will release a single and then a music video, and then they'll release, a fucking second single and then a second music video, and they'll keep that going quarter after quarter after quarter to kind of keep people hooked in and linked, right? You guys are dropping an album in February. You got the holiday season coming up. There aren't historically too many crazy drops come November, December time. You guys are dropping at a pretty decent time come the end of winter, beginning of spring next year.
Oh, it'll be Valentine's Day, so like I'll be like freshly broken up with an emo.
That is
People
true.
will be making love to it. It'll be great.
I mean,
oh my god,
break,
so many children conceived of this record.
Are we getting some party tracks and stuff? Like, how spring break ready is this album?
Oh, it's so ready. It's it's so.
They specifically made the record for spring break, Brian. You nailed it.
That's the only reason we wrote it, and that's
the name of the album.
Yeah, Spring Break.
Spring Break '99.
Dude, I wish it was called Spring Break '99, but it's not.
You fucked up. You fucked up.
Oh my god.
I should have asked this in the beginning, before we went this far with you, my friend. But how old are you?
I am 26.
All right, it's cool. We can keep him. It's cool. He's just got a baby face.
Okay, yeah.
What inspires you lyrically? Do you write about movies? Are you an anime nerd? What is it?
For this record specifically, a lot of it was just writing down what was in my head at the time. This record's kind of it's called Eulogy, and every song is pretty much themed around death or wanting to be dead, all that kind of, good stuff.
Perfect for February.
Yeah, perfect for Valentine's Day, Spring Break '99, and so most of what.
Oh shit, we got laggy.
No, we're good. Oh no, we're not.
Yeah, we're not good. I'm like, dude, I can't hear anything he's saying. How drunk are you?
I thought you lagged for a second. Oh shit.
Brian had the fucking feed still going in his head. Didn't know you lagged out.
Oh man, I was just wondering what was going on. I got scared for a second.
Oh man, is that a frappe?
Milkshake. It's gonna go right through me.
Oh hey, Diarrhea is sponsoring this episode.
Yeah.
Is that a McDonald's milkshake?
Yeah.
Man, just basic. Not even a Shake Shack. Not Chick-fil-A.
Dude, if I had
McDonald's.
a Shake Shack near me, dude, I'd be there every day.
If you had a Steak and Shake near you,
I'd be there every day too.
I'd be in the bathroom half my day.
Yeah.
All right, so since this is the Halloween episode, we need to ask some Halloween themed questions. It's only appropriate. All right, so favorite Halloween candy?
Ooh,
that's a good one.
I'd probably go with.
Are we talking snack size or full size?
I want to say, what the hell does it matter? But snack size, because that's typically who in your neighborhood is handing out full size candy bars? Because I'm gonna rob them.
If I get a fun size Skittles, I'm gonna eat them all right in that bit.
Yeah.
But if I get a full size Snickers,
I'm also gonna eat them all right in that minute. If it's full size.
I'm gonna take a full size Snickers before I take a full pack of Skittles, though, if that makes sense.
I think you're making this too complicated.
Am I? Am I?
It's not that deep.
You're not even getting a choice. Like when you go trick or treat, like people just hand you shit and put it in your bag. Like it could be Jujubes, it could be an Almond Joy or an Awful Mounds bar, and you have to say thank you and move it to the next house.
Yeah, exactly. Man,
yeah,
I'd probably say either Starburst or Skittles.
Both good answers.
Both of them.
No one in my neighborhood hands that shit out. I
eat way too much of that sugary shit.
What's what's everyone's least favorite Halloween candy?
Candy apples, like those stupid caramel apples.
The suckers?
Do you ever actually get those though?
I like those, you little bastard. I remember when those were invented.
Shit.
Those are brand new.
Gross as shit.
Yeah, so are you.
What are the things that is like? It's like old people candy, but like the wrapper looks like a strawberry.
Yeah, strawberry candies that your grandma has in her purse at all times.
Yeah, like what even are those?
If you're handing those out for Halloween, you're like so basic and old that like there's no way that you would ever configure Alexa in your household.
So I don't know if I'd say that's the worst, but I remember when I was a kid trick-or-treating, when I'd get stuff like that, I'd be like, I'd just assume that it's gross and not even eat it.
Nerds are kind of how dare you?
Nerds are gross.
Oh,
no, anything, fuck you. Nerds are great.
From Willy Wonka is gross.
Get this guy
none
out
of you
here.
Drink codeine.
Get this guy out of here.
Me or him?
Gross.
I have nerds in the cabinet right now, and I'm gonna eat them after this.
Nerds rope is great to eat out of your lover's ass. They're great to put in different frozen drinks, slushies, codeine, whatever you want.
Also,
Nerds are multitasking candy, okay? You can't do that with a Snickers bar. Try it, Brian. Try it tonight. As a newlywed, shove a Snickers bar up your chick's ass. See if she enjoys that.
It's just going to break in there.
The almonds are going to get lost. It's going to get melty. You can't do shit with chocolate.
Real quick. When I was,
you're not going to know what's nougat and what's
when I was a sophomore in high school, we actually took a Snickers bar that we bought at the lunch cafeteria place, right? And we melted it. We melted it.
It's not going to be funny now.
With a magnifying glass, we melted it and we threw it in the pool. And we thought it would be funny because we thought it maybe looked like shit, floating at the top of the pool. And it floated.
It didn't.
It was like, or no, actually, it sank. It sank to the bottom. And we were like, oh, gross, fucking poop, ew, ew, ew. And we're like, it's lunchtime. And we're like, oh, my God, there's poop in the pool. Ew, that's disgusting. And our PE coach walked out, and he's like, yo, shit floats, dumbasses. And, just walked away. And we were like, oh, dang.
See, I did that with a Crunch bar once. And as far as I remember, it floated for at least a little bit. It was like a fun-sized one, though.
Just thinking about the texture of that Crunch bar.
Also, not all of my shit floats.
Huh. I want to put money on it that nobody's ever asked you that in an interview.
No.
No, I don't think so.
Exclusive.
Sponsored by diarrhea.
Have you ever had a cool Halloween costume?
No,
I don't think so.
No.
No, I don't think I have.
He just crotched us. We just got a big crotch shot.
Why did we get crotched, man?
Yeah, this dude's been ruining the podcast since he logged on.
I remember the last couple of times I went trick-or-treating, I was so lazy that I went as a guitar player in a band. And I just
wow.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Dude, I dressed completely normal and just carried my guitar with me. And I was like, yep, this is my costume. This is what I wear every day.
I would hate you.
Yeah.
No,
I deserve to be bullied for that one. I'm not even gonna deny that.
definitely some mild cyberbullying for that
one.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite scary movie?
I mean,
sure. I watch, that's pretty much all I watch, honestly.
Wow, that's surprising because horror movies, scary movies are a select genre for people.
His record's called Eulogy.
Yeah, true. But dude, horror is all I watch. But as far as a favorite, I'd put As Above, So Below up there. I just thought the concept of that was really sick.
That's an interesting one. That's Are you gonna watch Halloween Kills, the new one?
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't seen it yet, but
it's terrible.
Is it? I've heard it's just
spoiler alert, everyone dies.
Oh no.
They're
doing a third one too.
Of course.
Halloween Kills even more.
I think it's called Halloween Ends.
They're just gonna end the holiday because everyone keeps dying.
I guess so.
That would be the logical explanation. When are they gonna fucking cap this off?
Yeah.
Obviously,
or just
Jamie Lee Curtis is screwing this town up. Okay, she's a danger to society. Get
Yeah,
her
at
out
this
of there.
point, I would have
Yeah,
offered
he
Lori
keeps
up
showing
as
up
a
where she's at.
sacrifice.
You guys should hear my fan fiction where the Michael Myers goes to Stars Hollow from Gilmore Girls and starts his killing spree there. Way more interesting than the stupid movie they just put out. You know, I just realized it's culturally inappropriate if you do this.
Oh man.
Go ahead and remove that real quick. They didn't think about that when they made it. Thanks, LRG.
No, they definitely didn't think about
What
that.
happened?
You're drunk. You wouldn't have seen it anyways. Halloween show's still a thing. When's the last time you went to a Halloween show, like concerts? Like they're not doing them here no more.
Not last year, obviously, because of COVID. But I think
every holiday was canceled last year.
Yeah, I think 2 years ago I went to one.
Not bad.
They're like still a thing here. There was one in Harrisburg actually a couple nights ago. There's this band that I'm friends with that they're called Dead, and they're a My Chemical Romance tribute band. And like they throw like a huge Halloween show every year. And we actually played it, or with my old band, we played it one year as like an All American Rejects tribute, which was like really fun. But yeah, last time I went to one was probably 2 years ago.
I got tangled up in my own hoodie.
You fucking would.
I would. Have you ever attended any of those Six Flags Fright Fest, or like the West Coast? I think has the best because not Scary Farm.
We had Not
Hollywood
Scary
Horror Nights at Universal.
I would love to go to Not Scary Farm. But I usually do. I usually go to Busch Gardens every year. They do like their Hallow Scream event. And then I just go to like, we actually are really close to Field of Screams in like the Lancaster area, which is like supposedly one of the like most popular in the country. Our guitar player actually does audio there. And that one's like really cool. It's just like, it's a huge farm with just like tons of these different attractions, and they put like a lot of time and money into it. It's like really well done.
Great America used to do some crazy stuff for Halloween. They don't have a catchy name, so I don't remember. You know, it's not Halloween. It's not like Not Scary Farm or Hollywood Horror Nights. Like, I don't know what the hell Great America did. That's a theme park in NorCal that was like
I think
Paramount.
King's Dominion does like Fright Night or something is what it's called.
Yeah, I thought all the Six Flags were Fright Fest.
Yeah, I think Six Flags Fright Fest, yeah.
Do you guys remember, Brian, get off your fucking phone, class has started. Do you guys remember when they used to do these Halloween concerts at Six Flags? I think it was called like Hallow Scream. And it was, you know, a bunch of scene bands like You're Falling in Reverse, like when they were like fresh out of jail, and Icy Stars and all that stuff. And the reason we don't have it anymore, and the reason we'll never, ever have it again, because
I think I know where this
Ronnie threw a mic stand
Yes!
into the crowd and cracked some teenage girl's skull open.
I forgot that was at a Six Flags.
You know, I bet you she did too.
That's just like a regular thing at Six Flags, though. It's like people losing legs and like dying and all that. That's just another weekend at Six Flags.
It's not funny. This episode is brought to you by Six Flags. Get your season passes now. Six Flags Fiesta. Lose a limb.
No.
Lose a limb.
I remember that. So it wasn't a Six Flags show, but it was Pharaoh's Lost Kingdom. Do you remember that?
Yo, it's gone.
Escape. They had Pharaoh's Escape, and
it's gone.
Chiodos headlined one year.
That sounds really cool. What is that?
Yeah. It was like a water
giant
park,
Egyptian mini golf water park go-kart arcade.
And they had every year.
Ciara played there when she was brand new.
It was Riverside. It was in San Bernardino, California, actually, and it was like in this little. It was in this spot, shortly off the 10.
As fuck right now.
Yeah, right now it's abandoned as fuck, but it was off like the 10, and like on your way to LA, it was fucking dope. And Chiodos played one year, and it was fucking a bunch of fucking scene bands, and of course Chiodos was the headliner. It was like 2007, 2008. They just released Bone Palace Ballet. They were fucking smashing.
You know, back when they mattered.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like really cool, actually.
It was great.
It bothers me that they don't matter anymore, and I blame Craig.
I think what's his other band, Drugs or whatever?
So
they're back in the studio now.
They're back in the studio. They just canceled their tour. They have no original members. It's just Craig.
Oh, I didn't know there was no original members.
Yeah, so
we were thinking about playing one of their, because that tour was going to come to Harrisburg, and
you're gonna get on the tour. You should get on the tour. They're great. They're awesome.
Yeah, we were gonna get on that, and then they were like, yeah, we're gonna work on the record instead. So just like, okay, that was supposed to be tomorrow, actually.
That would have been a cool show for y'all.
Yeah.
But it's just Craig and I'm sure the band's great, but like the whole point of Drugs was that they were a super group,
right?
Of scene bands.
I didn't know it was like just Craig and a bunch of randos now.
Yeah, I don't know.
A bunch of randos.
That's a crazy way to put it. I don't know who's in it, but I know Matt Good is not in it. I know Nick Martin is not in it. I don't know what Story of the Year doing. Maybe the drummer from Story of the Year's in it. Who knows?
I don't think they're doing much anymore either.
Yeah, they're like not even a band.
Story of the Year.
Brian, do you have anything more for our guest tonight, or are you just gonna hit the booze hard?
I mean, I am pretty drunk. So, I mean, being a newer band coming into 2021, and given that the music scene has changed drastically, like other than the full length, what's your guys' plan to actually like bring attention to the band, to the image, what you guys are working on? Is it a tour? Are you guys gonna do some virtual shows? Are you guys trying to hop on some festivals? What's it look like?
Yeah, we're definitely going to be looking to tour, hopefully pretty heavy, in 2022, especially when the record comes out. We got to be on the road for at least 2 to 3 weeks to promote that and generate like the first week sales and all that kind of stuff. Right. And from there, it's just we want to have a consistent stream of material, in the backlog, ready to go, to kind of keep things fresh and interesting. Because like that's what really killed us with COVID is because as we've been sitting on this record since like the end of 2019, and then when COVID hit is right when we were starting to gather all our promotional materials, like music videos and all that kind of stuff. It's like when New York got shut down and our directors are from New York, so we couldn't link up with them to like shoot these videos, and then it was just like we had no content to push the record with. So like that's kind of why we had to sit on it for so long. But then as things opened back up, we were able to get the ball rolling, and it's like that was just such a momentum killer. So I think at this point it's a matter of having things in the holster ready to go for when we still need momentum in 2022. So we'll be on the road a good bit. We'll be working on new music a good bit. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Sweet. Damn, I bet the songs are like super good live. You had them for that long.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been sitting on them.
Sweet. So everyone needs to go check out If Not For Me in a City Near You. Dearly Deceased is streaming everywhere. And you just told us the record is Eulogy, and it's coming out February
25th, I believe, is the date.
I'm gonna look on the calendar and see if that's a Friday. Is it a Friday? February. Yeah. Yep, February 25th. Boom.
Man, I got
Eulogy.
Something right. That's awesome.
Yeah, Spring Break 99 comes out.
Spring Break 99, February 25th.
Oh, man. If I want to find you on social media or follow your band or buy your merch, where can I do any of that?
At If Not For Me on Instagram, If Not For Me on Facebook, and then I think our web store right now is set up through a Theoria Records website. But then I think in December, we're gonna launch pre-orders for the record. So all that stuff will be spammed all over our Facebook and all that kind of stuff. We'll have tons of new merch and all that good shit coming out for you guys.
Will there be a CD release?
Yeah, the version is like a hard copy.
Yeah, physicals.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like the vinyls.
We'll have physicals and all that. I'm a sucker for physicals too. I appreciate that.
Physicals are nice. Vinyls nice. Brian, who are you texting?
I'm not texting anybody, motherfucker.
You're staring down, and like all our guests notice it. Where can they find you online?
of Bryan of Death, as always. Where else can they find me? I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to actually fucking be here for an episode. Sorry that I fucking, I missed the last couple weeks. I had some very important things to tend to.
Season of love.
I am back. I'm full of love. You can find me on the Bryan of Death on Instagram and Twitter. You can find my podcast, the Common Chaos Podcast, on Instagram and Twitter. I have brand new episodes up, so go listen to them. And if you're ready to get frisky, you can find me on Grindr, Butt Love and Rival. Yes, dude. Come on. You think I'm wearing? You think I'm dressed like this for my health? You think I'm dressed like this?
You think he buys assless chaps on Amazon?
Huh?
I'm
For
in a
nothing?
Grindr outfit.
Huh?
Oh man!
Look at that.
Oh,
I love you guys.
Is that pink and blue? What are you, fucking cotton candy?
Pink and blue, dude. Here, what do you think? I fucking don't come in style? Of course I'm in pink and blue. You want to see the whole getup? You want me to get my jacket? You want me to
We're
come
pink
in?
and
I
blue,
do
like a
not
fall
want you
wedding?
to jacket. Oh,
He's getting the jacket. Oh god, he's getting the jacket.
Let's get him the hell out of here.
I just want to know why he wore pink and blue to a fall wedding. These are fall colors.
That's a very valid question. That's more of like springtime.
Yeah.
Like he was talking about your album. He should wear it to the album release.
Yes, absolutely. Spring break, 99.
Look out, Grindr. Brian is coming in hot. All right, last random question. If you had to choose anywhere for your CD release show to be, where are you picking? Anywhere. The Playboy
Honestly,
Mansion, a pizzeria, Chuck E. Cheese, it don't matter.
Denny's.
Ew,
What
bro.
the fuck is up, Denny's?
Because, like, dude, to be the guy from that meme, like, I can't imagine how good that feels. To, like, be able to unironically stand up there and be like, what the fuck is up, Denny's, and play a song. Like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, man, yeah, to do a screaming set and afterwards have a grand slam. It'd be
Right?
fucking magical. The only right answer.
Yes,
What the hell?
thank you.
All right. Any last words before we get the hell out of here?
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween.
Oh yeah, happy Halloween, everybody. It's good stuff, everybody. Imagine doing the what the fuck is up Denny's in a retirement community. That's how my cousin got arrested.
Option 2 is retirement community.
Oh god. Happy Halloween, everyone.
I knew I was fucked.